How you feeling, Frida?
Ready, 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 ready.
Una start dancer. Never lost a fight. We're ready.
Watsawatin hapayenta. Watsawatin ni nahoyenta walewes dini. Anuk nahoyenta wadzenli.
Go ahead. All you have to do is hit that wire on top. So how come you're afraid of it? It's not going to hurt you. It's just going to hit the stick. Here we go. Grab these, pull them together at the same time, and then squish your hand shut.
It's pretty fresh. It's fairly warm.
So how many did you say were here? 8? 2 down, 6 to go. I grew up on these lands from a very young age. We'd either be hunting, fishing, or camping. I had a grandma that lived to be 113 that taught my parents and my aunties, who in turn taught us. There's 5 different clans across 22,000 square kilometers. And every one of us are connected by the river. Udestaten belongs to the overall Gasehu clan. And then there's Laksamashu, who's our neighbors up that way. Tayu, neighbors that way. Gidimdan across the bridge. And Liksuli territory. So this is Udestaten territory. Only the Udestaten chiefs and our members are the only ones that can decide what we allow and what we don't allow on these territories. Who are you?
I'm with Chevron, representing the Pacific Trail Pipeline Project. And we're requesting access to the territory here today so the Wet'suwet'en people can work and see the benefits from our project.
You do know that you guys haven't received consent from the true territory holder? You think you've got permission by signing these partnership deals with other First Nations who don't have authority to say these projects can come here.
Frida, we'd like to work with you on this project. I'm inviting you to work with us on this project.
You're trying to convince us to give up our way of life so that you can reap the benefits. I'm not protesting, I'm not demonstrating, I am occupying our homelands. These are ours, we decide what happens here.
Sorry to hear you feel that way. We brought you an offering. We will have some water, some tobacco.
No thanks, we've got clean water right there, that's what we drink. You could take your
mess.
water, because we don't want that. The checkpoint's like a border for Scoonistata territory. We monitor everybody that comes in, whether you be industry or individuals. A couple of years ago, we found out the pipelines were proposing to come through here. We're finding the pipelines were sneaking in when nobody was here.
Can you talk for a minute? Open your door and have a talk with us.
So we decided that somebody has to be there permanently out there in order to watch it so that they don't get in. So we put a cabin right en route to their project, and I made a choice to leave my job and come move out here and monitor the lands. This is a proposed corridor for multiple pipeline projects.
The pipelines would stretch over 1,000 kilometers, crossing hundreds of creeks and streams.
But first, it has to cross a lot of First Nations territory and go through dozens of communities.
Pipelines break of the pipelines would destroy the water and everything in it. They can go ahead and try and put their project through here. They will be considered trespassers and will enforce what's suit in law. You bring any equipment on here, it's going to belong to us. You'll be walking out.
You want to color the lake? Okay. Okay, here's the lake. Should we put the kai in there too? Let's put the kai.
This is Kai.
Say, I need the kai.
I mean Kai.
I have cue cards of different things in Wet'suwet'en, and so I put them up around the house as much as we can to learn new words. And some of them I kind of skim over because it's pretty tough. I used to want to be a lawyer, and I was on my way to law school, and I was going to have like a Lexus and a big house with a white picket fence, and that was like my goal in life. Now my life's the total opposite. I won't accept jobs because I want to be able to be up on the territory. Stuff like that. So
When I first met Molly, she recommended this book for me to read. So I actually read the whole thing and took notes on it. I mean, that was the only book that I read the whole time I was at university.
yeah, he did it. He did it just to woo me, and it worked. Aw, and this is my friend Chrissy who just passed away. Randy. She committed suicide just about a month ago. She was Unistoten, actually. And so she just passed away, and she had 2 little boys. If I look at like how many people in my family have died, or how many people that I know have committed suicide, we're still being exterminated. We're still being killed. And the effects are very real, and so it's just like a silent war to like the rest of the world that we're battling out. And so, yeah, I feel like we are at war. This whole fight is based on protecting Wedzin as our drinking water source, as our salmon-bearing river. The ancestors said, we are the land and the land is us. And when you are living on the land, when the things that you consume are coming from the land, that becomes part of you.
Well, over the years, more and more of the land was being leased or given out by the government. And 30 years ago, the Gitxsaans and Wet'suwet'en joined forces to take the government to court to prove that they've never ceded or surrendered 22,000 square kilometers of Wet'suwet'en territory. Community fundraised, and the chiefs went to the Supreme Court in Ottawa, spoke about what they knew about their history and their territory, and they won that court case.
In a sweeping judgment, yesterday's landmark ruling by the High Court redefined the rights of Native people to their ancestral lands.
It is nothing ambiguous. It is not about just hunting or picking berries or those. It is title to the land, which is what you were fighting for ever since this case started.
TransCanada signed a deal to build another major pipeline in British Columbia. The 260-kilometer Merrick Main Line would link natural gas from Dawson Creek to the Pacific Trail Pipeline, where it would connect to a proposed liquefied natural gas.
I don't believe the government respects the Delgamuukw decision because they continue to steal the land and push their projects through, whether we agree with them or not.
Who's that on the wall?
That's my daughter, the one that I lost 11 years ago. So I get to look at her every morning when I get up. It was exactly the day after 9/11. She was riding with some friends, just going to a movie, and she passed away in a car accident. She was a lot like me. She was one of the ones that would get her hands dirty and want to get involved. My belief is if she was here, she would probably be helping me with this fight. Where are you? What are you doing here?
We're just from the Coastal GasLink. We're doing non-invasive testing.
This Canadian Helicopters, or whose company is this?
It's Canadian helicopter.
There's been written a letter
Yeah.
not to access this territory. You can take that.
Thank you.
Our territory goes all the way to the two lakes over there, Morris River, all the way to Chisholm Road, 29 kilometers, and this mountain ridge belongs to Unisatan. And the company has already been told you don't have permission to be here, so I'm going to ask you guys to leave. You can't do no work. I don't care if it's non-invasive. We didn't authorize that work.
Okay,
So right now you guys are trespassing. Who's the pilot of this chopper? How far back do we need to be before you can fire that up?
at least 50 feet.
So we're going to move back the 50 feet. I want you guys to leave.
Right across Canada, everybody's fighting for their land. Yinta, Nito is a white people, they call it territory. Everybody has a name for it. We call it Yinta. Brian, what do you guys call it?
Nutnene. We call our territory Nutnene. It means our backbone. It means our land. You can't exist without your backbone.
What we're trying to do here is revitalize the occupying of our lands and try and encourage our younger generations to start moving back. We want to start a healing center out here on our territory.
I think all of us recognize in our community that there's a lot of pain and healing that needs to happen. So we're designing a camp that is actually going to foster those aspects of resilience.
Being here, just being with my people, feels like I'm renewing my spirit.
Our goal here is we're going to put the Indian back in our children and make them proud to be Wet'suwet'en. So that's why we're desperately trying to hang on to our territory.
Bull, it's gonna go get my knife.
Good job right there.
Okay, good now.
Hey, hold them there. And I gotta start skinning.
All you're doing is pulling and then part that stretcher, that's where you're cutting fish.
That's how you learn, boy. You stand by and watch them. That's how you learn how to skin.
Now you're gonna be a hunter. Next. Fill it right up with everything.
Oh, he's going to be...
Good job.
Wow. Yeah.
Not bad, eh?
Gasoline boy. Ah, when they come in the dusty.
We have to really look at the historical framework that led us to this point. The founding fathers of this country were thieves and murderers. Their mandate was to annihilate us. And they couldn't do it, so they trained us to annihilate ourselves. So it's a big illusion that's been created. that people have to unlearn what they've learned.
Growing up, I didn't really have an understanding about being Wet'suwet'en. My mother was a victim of the 60s scoop. Her and her siblings were taken away and placed into white foster homes. My grandparents both went to the Leduc Indian Residential School. Whole generations of children were taken from their families. My uncle used to walk all the way along the train tracks, hundreds of kilometers away, and walk all the way back home. And when he got home, the Indian agent and the police were there to take him back to residential school. A couple years ago, they found over 200 unmarked graves at the Kamloops Residential School. They were places of genocide.
And blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
The only thing that was passed on was abuse and dysfunction. I discovered all of that as an adult.
For us to move to the cabin now was to get us off of the treadmill of working from Monday to Friday, and if we want a different way of life for our son, we have to raise him differently. This is a generational struggle, and we need to prepare for a generational struggle.
This is unceded Unistilten territory. We do not have jurisdiction to walk in here. Yes, I do.
What's going on? You guys don't have permission to come across here.
This is
We can go back over there and talk about your vehicle.
No, not at all. My purpose is
for dialogue. We want to talk.
My purpose is to come and have a chat with you,
All right.
introduce myself.
Okay.
I don't like whoever this gentleman is stepping in front of me.
Sergeant Rose.
Wait.
Well, we have a sign there and it says honk and wait. People don't just really walk in
So
because we're blocking pipelines out. We're not blocking everybody out.
I'm not a pipeline though, right?
So yeah, I know.
I don't work for a pipeline company. I work for the RCMP. You guys can lawfully express your concerns about industries' attempt to get in here. My concern, as the detachment commander, of course, is the safety of the work crews that are in here or in the area, and making sure that they feel safe and they're able to do their work. So we're trying to balance those
So it
two.
sounds like you said
those
you're
two
worried about
interests.
their safety.
No, and
We're not the ones being aggressive here. They are.
Well, legally, from my perspective, if I'm walking on a highway and I need to get,
Do you have something, documentation that proves this is a public road? You prove to us how you think you own this land, because we know we own it. We knew for hundreds of years that this is ours.
that's not our function. We don't build.
I'm just educating
Yeah, and
you.
I mean, I'm certainly intrigued.
And we're listening, and that's what's good about
I'm
this.
certainly intrigued to hear your perspective and hear your side. I want to reinforce that I'm not trying to pick sides. I don't want to pick sides. I'm not on either side. We're not going to wedge ourselves in between. Thank you very much. Take care. We'll see you again.
Thank you.
I don't have faith in your system. I don't feel like they can protect me. The RCMP was created just to forcefully remove Indigenous people off their lands. White settlers came in and wanted to farm the land, and the government came in, burned Wet'suwet'en out, and used the RCMP to force them off the land so they can take it. My grandpa, in order to get him out, they destroyed his cabin. Every clan has the same stories about being burnt out of their home. Our elders tell the story of how Jean Baptiste stood at gunpoint, kept off the RCMP, and he got to keep his land. The government tried to outlaw our governance structure because that was our strength. Some of our chiefs were jailed, but they just came out and held their feasts again. Across Canada, they imprisoned us on the reservations, and our people needed a piece of paper giving them permission to leave the reserve. So that's how they were able to continue to steal the land, and that's the only way they can take it is just by stealing it and call us criminals so that they can arrest us. As much as they can deny and try to say that they're there to protect everyone. I have witnessed firsthand that they're not there to protect me. They're not there to ensure my safety. They're there to ensure their system. They always have been since contact, and they still are today.
Denise, Jacques, Skyzak. My name is Chief Madik. I come from the house of Anasaski, where it lies blocking the trail. We asked permission for us to go across.
Sana kete tiyen tapi region akat terrain lagat sadat tista. No, sit. Oh, yeah, you have to be honest.
This means a lot, as you could see. We welcome you. We welcome you standing beside us.
We cannot produce energy in Kitimat without the reliable means to transport it across the Rockies and coast mountain ranges. During the early hours of this morning, we authorized TransCanada, represented here today, to begin construction of the Coastal GasLink pipeline.
Today's announcement by LNG Canada represents the single largest private sector investment in the history of Canada. I like that sentence so much, I'm going to say it again. The single largest private sector investment in the history of Canada. It shows what's possible when you collaborate and consult with Indigenous and local communities, when you coordinate all orders of government, and when people insist on economic, environmental, and socially responsible development of our natural resources.
So, as you know, there'll be a hearing for injunction that Coastal GasLink was asking for. if the blockade and the interference with their operations were to continue, the economic harm would be, in the millions and millions of dollars.
So yeah, they're going to use a court injunction to remove our safety gates.
Right. 99 times out of 100, they'll get their injunction.
The federal government and the province are backing this project. They provided 60% of the partnership funding. So it's in conflict. We're going into their courts, which they have lots to lose. I sat in court. My heart cried when I heard the decision that came down. It broke my heart, the way they talked about us. And they're given freedom till tomorrow to get that barricade down.
All 5 clans, we all need each other. Wherever we're needed, we'll be there to back each other up.
On behalf of the Get 'em Dead clan, I want to make an announcement that Get 'em Dead will control the access to Get 'em Dead territory. We stand behind Frida to stop the pipeline.
Right now, we have an opportunity with all of the chiefs to sanction the blockades out on our territory. And that's our law.
As Quinbaya, we stand with you as well.
As Father Clan, it is not only my duty, but it's my pleasure and my honor to stand here and say that Tayu will stand with them.
All 3 houses will stand behind Get 'em Dead clan.
I want to make a collection for Unistat on the battle that they're going to be doing. Namak, $60. Smokefchem, $100. Sahel, $200. Frida for Unistat for whatever they needed for. No return.
Right now, the Wet'suwet'en have all decided that Get 'em Dead would erect a access checkpoint.
1, 2, 3, 4, as many 2x6 you got there, go ahead and do that right away.
This is the only access road to the west, and so in order to get to Unistoten, you have to pass through Get 'em Dead checkpoint.
It's important for us to be here. They got to come through us first.
CGL can tell the RCMP to back off, not making a move. They need to talk to us. They haven't done that.
So I'm sure you're aware that the meeting with the chiefs didn't go as well as we were hoping for, right?
Yeah, we weren't expecting it to go well.
Yeah. So they are going to come down to enforce the injunction, and everything's going to be slow and methodical. There's not going to be people rushing in and grabbing everyone and arresting people, okay? It's going to be very slow.
Okay, please step back away. Defiance of the court order. We'll be breaching this barricade.
Are we not people? We're the people from this land, not your land. Trespassing! You're trespassing on the
There's a vehicle there.
Should we open it?
This decision to open up the Unistoten Bridge, this is by no means giving up. But we're doing it for your safety. We're doing it for the love and respect that we have for each of you.
Effective this date, the hereditary chiefs have agreed to the injunction enforcement order.
This is coming from leadership. They have told me what to do. For fear of RCMP action,
I know our ancestors are here because when I feel like giving up, I feel them put their hand on my back. And I can smell them. I smell Grandpa's smoke. He's here. I smell my dad. They're here with us, all of them.
Thank you all for being here tonight. I look forward to these town halls to get out and engage in this exercise in democracy. I'm just going to go around the room and pick questions at random, and we will try and see how this goes. So starting with you in the striped scarf. Yes.
I want to ask you, what are you going to do to stop oppressing our people? When are you going to start giving a shit about who we are as people and not seeing us just for our land?
Thank you for sharing that. I understand your passion and your anger. I acknowledge it, and I say to you that we will work together to resolve these issues. If there was, I can understand your impatience. I can understand your impatience.
Dirty pipeline, and that is not tolerable.
They have actually just removed the barricade. They did that this afternoon. That was a sign of respect right there. They've removed the barricade. This is how this is supposed to work. This is how this is supposed to work. Now, I think we're going to take a step back here. I'm going to take a step back here. I will take another question now. You in the long blonde hair. Yes.
Hello? Sorry?
Good afternoon. We're here with the Coastal GasLink project. We're here to conduct work on behalf of the Coastal GasLink project, and you're impeding us. Can you please move your vehicle away from the work area?
Yeah, actually...
We have a Supreme Court of BC injunction order directing that anyone having notice of this order, and if you don't have a copy, they'll give it to you, are restrained and prohibited from physically preventing, impeding, restricting, and in any way physically interfering with our activities conducting work. Will you remove your vehicle?
You're preventing us from going in and checking our traps.
I'm asking you to remove your vehicle from the roadway now. Okay?
Up there are our trap lines, and this morning you weren't allowing...
If you're not going to remove your vehicle and continue to impede our access, please be advised we'll be reporting this matter to the RCMP as a breach of the injunction order.
That's my property right there. The tent is property. That lumber is property.
So, from my understanding, what I've been led to believe from CGL is that this here is also been permitted for a staging area for the CGL.
No, it has not.
Well, I'm just only letting you believe what I've been informed.
So are you just going to take their word for it? Because I'm telling you, and so you are being led to believe that they do not have permits.
Okay, so what I will do, to answer your question, I'll look into it and make sure that they do have permits, right?
You should have made sure that they do have permits before they destroyed. No, you didn't. And now it's destroyed.
Okay, so just so we're perfectly clear, we are not doing any work. Like, we don't do anything. We're not here. We're just here to keep the peace, right?
I don't know how you could stand there and even be proud of what you're doing, and never mind justify it. You're ruining our lives here. This is our day-to-day life.
Duly noted.
The project is about a $6 billion project. 1/6 of that spend is for Indigenous people, and that doesn't include the jobs that we hope to provide everyone.
Hi. Hello. Can we help you here? Yeah. Want to be? Okay. Just hang on. Okay. Just wait. Wait. Hey, please. We're going to let you in, but I just got to make sure it's orderly. It's going to be orderly. Okay. So you work for CGL?
I do, yes.
You work for CGL?
Correct. Yeah.
And what is your purpose here?
For security, just to make sure that if you want to come in and say something, not a problem.
We are going to say something. We have lots to say.
Currently, right now, we've got all permits in place for the
Let's see, how many non-band members have we got here? There's something wrong with this picture here. Something terribly wrong with this picture. You're crossing Laksamasu territory on two ends of your pipeline.
Who in Laksamishu gave you permission to cross our territory? And the people that support you here, the whole Wet'suwet'en community of Wet'suwet'en, what, 30 people? 20 maybe? Is there no shame? We do not own the land. We belong to the land. We are a part of the land. Where's CGL's story on the land?
Yinta, wene telklak. No, sa ni hapa aten, hay kani iwistet. So, pasyiktik. Awit as needed that. Sa ni pasyiktik. Sadit wandu.
We're here to peacefully deliver a message from the Wet'suwet'en chiefs.
I'm here on behalf of the Wet'suwet'en hereditary chiefs to deliver this eviction notice. We're not going to block you from going out, but if you guys refuse, then we will close the road, and they'll probably have to fly you out.
You have 30 minutes.
30 minutes to get a hold of everybody I need to contact? Yep. We're making a stand. Since the injunction, we wasted a year in court and couldn't get anywhere. And right now, our chiefs agreed to shut down the main road.
My grandma used to tell me, you know, bad things are going to happen down the road. Now I see it.
What we're doing today, it is not for us. It is for the children, his grandchildren, and the children that are not even born yet.
We've been here for 31 days now with no CGL here, with no police here. Meanwhile, we feel like at peace and feel the beauty of this land.
So we're here at 39 kilometer on Cassia House territory. This is essentially a lookout and supply camp.
Okay, that's for 44. Sure. 44.
Supplies were distributed all the way to the Unistown camp, which is behind the lines of a bunch of fallen trees, essentially shutting down the road.
What is going on now is a battle against corporations and the capitalist system, where they are determined to extract every bit out of this planet. Thank you to the Wet'suwet'en people for hanging in.
We encourage all of the protesters to abide by the injunction and leave the area. There are peaceful options that will require a minimal use of force.
44, this is 39, over. We have at least 6 officers surrounding the truck.
Please stay calm. 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 Please stay calm.
10 officers have just walked into camp.
We are enforcing the BC Supreme Court injunction issued December 31st, 2019.
I'm being told if I don't leave the exclusion zone, I'm going to be arrested.
They're arresting press.
Yes, you will be.
44, this is 39, over. They're taping the window, over. Not sure if they're blocking my view or they're gonna smash it, over. Remember that first stop, do you understand that?
Hey everybody, it's 6:29 here in Wet'suwet'en territory, and we have reports that a bunch of arrests were made at the support camp at 39 Kilometer. They've now blocked off the highway.
Sorry guys, you can't go through.
Are you allowed in? And private industry are allowed in, but Wet'suwet'en people and members of the press are not allowed in? No, this is not okay. This is our territory.
Don't point your gun at me! Please! The one behind the truck! I have nothing! Please take down your weapon!
We see multiple units now moving with their guns drawn.
Niwelye. Niwelye ni. It's what they used to call the old, wise, experienced warriors. Each clan had their own warrior, and they kept our people safe. And right now, they're being surrounded by RCMP, by invaders. And I want to call on the spirit of all of those Niwelye to guide them and protect them.
We get them stall. A big god. A blindly.
Don't ask what we want, but I do need you to talk to me. Otherwise, you're going to leave us no choice.
Go away from me. I don't talk to liars. You're trespassing. You're trespassing. You are not welcome here. Go. I don't need to listen to your options. This is our land. Our land. I don't need to listen to you. Get out of here. Invaders. Invaders.
Any of the areas accessed by Marine Force Service Road, also known as the Marine FSO.
Right now, the colonizers have been trying to remove us from our land, once and for all. They want us defeated. They want us to give up. They want us to lose. They're not going to stop trying unless we shut this down. Stand up and fight back with us. Shut down Canada.
What started as a dispute over a natural gas pipeline has erupted into protests across the country.
In solidarity with Wet'suwet'en land defenders, in BC today, the protesters brought their message directly to the government, blocking the doors.
It won't stop as long as the RCMP and CGL are on Wet'suwet'en territory without their consent.
My next guest has called for people to shut down Canada.
As every Indigenous nation, and we all have to stand together and united.
The Mohawk warrior flag waves over the train tracks in Belleville. The Tyendinaga Mohawk encampment now effectively disrupting rail service.
Oh, look at that.
They sent us water from that river, and this is what they're fighting about. Life.
Dozens of passenger and freight trains have already been canceled from Toronto to Ottawa and Montreal. And it doesn't appear as if this will be resolved anytime soon, as support for the Wet'suwet'en Nation continues to grow across the country.
Canada's multi-billion-dollar shipping industry remains at a standstill as protests leave goods stranded at ports and rail yards throughout the country.
A bunch of radical activists who won't rest until our oil and gas industry is entirely shut down.
Reconciliation is a journey, and there are going to be difficult moments on that journey. But the barricades must now come down.
Fuck off. I'll stay where I want. I'm in Oklahoma territory.
There were rail blockades in Gitxsan territory. Gitxsan people are one of our closest allies.
The Gitxsan could not sit idly by. We have to be part of the fight to stand with our neighbors, the Wet'suwet'en.
Put your hands behind your back. Hey. My hands are behind my back. Hey, hey, whoa. It's illegal to have a fire on there. It's illegal. So we want the cops are retreating against the Gitxsan.
This is just the beginning. You woke all these warriors up.
Well, when the whole world was supporting us, it made us feel like we weren't alone, and it was an amazing feeling. Now that COVID's here, people have forgotten CGL just continued working and just shows how corrupt the system is.
Hello. There's also an archaeological site right now that they're threatening to destroy that I'm trying to deal with.
Hold up for a minute. We got work happening there, guys. You're gonna have to call it there, Bob.
Hi there. Who's the archaeologist monitoring the work here? Here, what's your name? Johnny, I'm Slato. I'm a representative for Cassia House. I'm just talking to the archaeologists, which is what I've been asking to do for days.
You don't need to talk to them.
No, you get the fuck out of my way because I am talking to the archaeologists. This is our territory. These are our artifacts. I have questions. I'm here to have a simple conversation. I would like to have a conversation with the archaeologists. That's all.
You're not required to.
I know they don't have to. I know you don't have to do anything. You've got how many security guards here enforcing the fact that you don't have to do anything? How many RCMP that are here enforcing the fact that you don't have to do anything? These are our ancestors. Just get away from me. Everybody thinks that Coastal GasLink is just this done deal, but it's not. Because of the delays and extra costs and all of those kinds of things, that they can't afford a huge conflict. It feels like it's just all been building up to this point.
No, ni yinta hotsana wagainli. Kai anu nos kak no kayu la yinka westek. Any hapape at satni. No nin duda baka gehtas.
The Wet'suwet'en have reoccupied the access road to Wedzin-Kwa and to the drill pad site. We're here for the long haul. Got a new home on the Yinta.
We're the division liaison team with the RCMP. We're here to try to facilitate communication with industry. We just want to make sure everybody's safe, like usual, right?
I think we know you well enough. There's no need in the niceties and the lies. I've been removed off of my territory by JR here before, so you don't need to try and tell me that you're here for anybody's safety and that you're impartial. We know better than that, and so do you.
Yep.
Every other time there's been a blockade, it's been like 3 weeks to a month before enforcement, and they were in enforcing day 1, day 2, and then every day since. For our CMP officers coming in on foot, they're just here to harass. Oh, look in here.
Using pain compliance. 1, 2, 3.
Let go.
Oh, my leg!
Unhook yourself.
Unhook yourself. If you unhook, you can fix your pants.
Oh. Oh my God.
We're not pulling your pants up for you, so let go.
Oh.
We're calling on all of our allies and our supporters across the nations, coast to coast, come to the Uinta. We need support on the ground because it's time for all of us to rise up together. Out San Masai.
And Akwesasne, welcome.
Yellow.
We are the Haudenosaunee people! We are here! Lead! The land of Chippewa!
Since the Haudenosaunee have arrived and other allies have arrived, the RCMP have not been back into Coyote Camp.
Fuck off and go to fuck back where you came from.
Spirits are high, things are going good. Oh, I got my girl.
Happy to see everybody here and to support my sister, who's always supported me.
We're seeing a lot of support from other plans too, like the Laksamisu.
You just got a convoy of fucking non-industrial traffic coming up. Quite a bit of them.
This is where CGL has blocked us from entering onto our own territory. So we're going to set up camp just on the other side of that equipment, and all of that equipment will be included in our seizure. Can you grab me a 916 French?
Excuse me, please don't touch the equipment.
It's not you guys' equipment. As of now, it's Wet'suwet'en property. All of it. And I'm working on behalf of 3 of my highest chiefs. So that's my job. I'm just like you. I'm just doing my job. What do you suspect these equipment are worth? About $750,000?
I'm here to ensure your safety, sir.
Oh, thank you. I really feel safe now. I'm probably thinking I'm getting too old for this shit.
Mr. Gagnon, any words?
Just my love to everybody.
Now is the time to put more pressure on and come at them at all angles. This is an immediate evacuation order for all Coastal GasLink employees and subcontractors.
You guys are gonna block the road.
Road's closed, buddy. No, you guys can go. Road's closed. Road's closed, man, no matter what you say. So we're here from Coastal GasLink Project, and you're impeding us. Can you please move your blockade out of the area?
Nothing to say.
We have a court at Junction BC that anyone having no are restrained from... As you're not removing your blockade and continuing to...
Lily was asking me, Mom, when are you going to come home? And I said, I don't know, baby. We just keep pushing forward, even though we know what will happen in the end. And I don't feel scared because there's something more powerful than us happening.
A big crowd of what looks like at least 30 cops is now marching up towards the bridge.
We are only few here. You brought home many people with you?
We are peaceful, we are unarmed, but we are powerful, and we don't fear you.
Legal observers, media have been arrested. 2 of our Wet'suwet'en elders have been arrested and removed from the territory. Right now we're at Coyote Camp and the RCMP are moving in to remove me from my territory.
Thursday's raid came after the Wet'suwet'en Nation issued its own.
Bring it on, motherfuckers. Yeah! You are trespassing against Wet'suwet'en law.
Come out peacefully.
Do you have a search warrant or an arrest warrant?
We will be seeking those if you are not going to cooperate.
Well, you better have one.
They're breaking it down.
Show me hand.
Get your fucking gun off me! This is sovereign Wet'suwet'en land! Get your gun off!
The RCMP have breached the door. There are attack dogs here.
Standing there, right beside the door.
Police. They used axes found in camp to break down the door. And a chainsaw that they found in camp.
You're under arrest.
Don't touch me!
Back up. Back up.
Get your hands off her!
You're under arrest.
Get your hands off me!
Get that out of my face and back up. You're under arrest.
For the record, I'm a member of the media. You've been notified that I'm here. I'm
Under arrest right now. So step out. Okay. Let me with you.
Come here, fucking bastard! Don't you fucking hurt anybody, you stupid fucking kid!
Almost. I got it.
This last 10 years has been the hardest years that I've ever experienced. And when I think about how I'm going to get through it, I think about the Wet'suwet'en women that I know of. We're still here. We're still fighting, but we're still here.
Look how much, Sky. It's in my little while. Don't put it in your pocket. You're going to squish it. Yeah, it's so good. Coming down. He's going to pull us the whole way. When I'm feeling discouraged, I feel the ancestors put their hand on my back, encouraging me to keep going. That's that if you know you're doing right, you have nothing to fear. And I would do it all over again for my people. Ancestors, they're talking to us. In the wind. And asking us, where were we?